afternoon, and welcome to today's celebration of volunteerism at Penn State. I'm Rich Bundy. I'm Vice President for Development and Alumni Relations. And let me just start with a special word of thanks to our Lion ambassadors for that warm welcome to today's event. We're thrilled that you could join us for this celebration of you, the university's most dedicated advocates and supporters. Now, last month, we celebrated National Volunteer Week, but we decided that the work you've done over the past year deserves an extended applause. So we're here again to say thank you, to show you how great a difference your work has made for Penn State during these uncertain times, and to celebrate the successes that you assisted with that continue to give us hope and confidence in the future. This afternoon, we've got an exciting slate of speakers who will help to convey how deeply our gratitude extends. You know, when I sat down to think about what I'd like to say today, I found myself a little bit overwhelmed. You know, I think I'm busy, and then I look at the work that all of you do for us, and you do it on a volunteer basis. And I thought, how do you thank the people who quite literally do it all? Well, we're going to try our best because in many ways, you are our utility players. You play every position on the field, and you play each position exceptionally well. You are proud Penn Staters who believe in our students' ability to change the world, in the impact of our faculty's research, and in the university's capacity to serve local communities and stimulate economic development. You are mobilizers who use your belief to inspire others to get on board, and you turn your passion into transformational support, setting a powerful example for others and inspiring them to do the same. These qualities make you great partners for all of us who work in fundraising at Penn State. We bring you big ideas, and you respond with even bigger ways to make them happen. You listen intently to university leaders, to our faculty, and to our students. And then you go out into the world thinking about how you can help to meet their needs. And above all else, you help us to remember why we do what we do and how we can do it even better. This support is always important, but it's been especially critical over this past year. Through the challenges of the pandemic, as well as the university's conversations with around longstanding issues like food and housing security and systemic injustice, you've remained steadfast in your thoughtful partnership and in your determination to make a difference. Today, I'm grateful to have the opportunity to say thank you and to recognize your tremendous efforts on behalf of Penn State. And I could go on, but instead, I'm going to introduce someone else who'd like to offer his own thanks. Rick Sokolov is campaign chair of A Greater Penn State for 21st Century Excellence, our current fundraising campaign. Rick is a dedicated fundraising volunteer in his own right, so I'll take this opportunity to thank him as well. Thank you, Rick. The stage is yours.
Thanks, Rich. Hi, everybody. It's great being with you as we all celebrate the spring turning to summer and hopefully getting back to normalcy for all of us. I first want to echo all of Rich's thanks. Obviously, what you do is tremendously important, and it is not taken for granted and greatly appreciated. I have to tell you, I get a great deal of satisfaction for what I have been able to do for Penn State. I met my wife, Susan, here 54 years ago, which is a little sobering. And my eldest daughter graduated here. So there are a lot of great memories and moments of joy in my life. And I'm sure most of you also, or all of you, share similar feelings. Now, I've been very fortunate to lead such a dedicated group of volunteers. Obviously, I'm aware of how little we all do to make this happen and how much you all do to bring this to success. I have to tell you that your efforts speak for themselves. The Board of Trustees acknowledged all the success we've had to date. They've increased the goal of the campaign from $1.6 billion to $2.1 billion and extended the campaign an additional year to end June 30 of 2022. That wouldn't have happened if we hadn't been so successful to date. And again, that's because of you. We've raised nearly $530 million towards an ability to have open doors and provide more students an ability to have a Penn State experience. We've come up with over $244 million against our goal to create transformative experiences for students that go beyond the classroom. And finally, we've raised more than $681 million for the campaign initiative to come up with programs and solutions that positively impact the world. And frankly, Lord knows there's plenty that needs to be done in that category. Collectively, those three sums add up to more than $1.7 billion, which is more than our initial campaign goal. And we still have 1 year remaining. So all of you should be justifiably proud of all that we've accomplished. 5 years ago, President Barron came up with his framework for the future of this institution, and this campaign was instituted to try and bring that about. And we've fulfilled that and even more. Frankly, you all provide your insights to our leadership. You are ambassadors to Penn State, both in your hometowns and beyond. And most importantly, you're also providing your own philanthropic efforts to help us reach all of our goals. You know, your efforts have allowed us to increase access and affordability, work to transform human health, create hubs of entrepreneurial resources and support throughout the Commonwealth, and provide opportunities for Penn Staters throughout the world to have experience that they otherwise could not have unless they were affiliated and part of this great institution. Not surprisingly, we're never satisfied at Penn State, and we're never going to stop striving to be better, whether it's academically, athletically, or in helping enhance the communities we serve or the world we live in. That's why we had the confidence to increase the campaign goal, and we know that all of your work and support will provide a vital role in making that happen. Thank you once again for your partnership in our pursuit of 21st century excellence. And there's still a lot of work to do, but we know we're going to get there. I hope you have a great Memorial Day holiday, a great summer, and I truly look forward to seeing you all back on campus in the fall. With that, I'll turn it back over to Rich.
Thank you, Rick. It's always heartwarming to hear that you and other volunteers have had such great experiences as volunteer leaders and with Penn State. The fact that you've had a good experience is meaningful to us as well. And boy, those campaign fundraising milestones are a testament to your leadership of this group. And for that, we couldn't be more thankful. More grateful. So thank you. It's no secret that Penn State's traditions of volunteerism and philanthropy extend to our students. And there are some really outstanding examples of this at our Commonwealth campuses and at University Park. I might call these students the next generation of volunteer leaders, but the truth is they're already leading the way. Today, we're joined by two recent Penn State graduates whose experiences serve as proof of that. We're lucky to be able to hear from both of them this afternoon. First, we'll hear from Maddie Bacon. Maddie is a 2021 graduate of Penn State with a degree in English. For all 4 years of her Penn State career, she served as a volunteer with the Student Philanthropy Network, a student group that engages and educates the Penn State community about the university's philanthropic culture. This summer, Maddie will continue her work in philanthropy as a participant in the 2021 Development and Alumni Relations Internship Program. After Maddie, we'll hear from Natalie Sanchez. Natalie also graduated earlier this month with a degree in marketing. For the final 2 years of her Penn State career, Natalie served as an intern with the Office of Volunteer Programs, so she's likely a familiar face to many of you. Natalie credits much of her success in college to her experiences as an intern with the Division of Development and Alumni Relations, and we're excited to see how far she carries those experiences forward in her career. After Natalie and Maddie speak, we'll also hear from President Barron. So with that introduction, I'm going to turn things over to Maddie. Maddie?
Thank you, Rich. It's no exaggeration to say that my 4 years at Penn State shaped me into who I am today. When I enrolled at the university in 2017, I knew that I was attending a world-class institution and joining a tight-knit community. I'm sure we've all experienced that moment when you're wearing Penn State gear and you get an enthusiastic "we are" from a perfect stranger. And although I knew a little bit about the culture of Penn State Pride coming in, I had no idea just how much a role volunteerism played in making it a reality. My first exposure to volunteering at the university came in an email from the Student Philanthropy Network. The message was simple: become a member of the organization and be a part of one of the university's greatest traditions. And as a first-year student, I was eager to get involved in anything that would deepen my ties to the university. And looking back on it now, I couldn't have made a better choice. Throughout my 4 years in SPN, I've had the honor of getting my peers involved in and excited about philanthropy at Penn State. I've worked hard to celebrate the deep ties between the generosity of the Penn State community and the educational experiences my friends and I have enjoyed. There is no Penn State without the people who selflessly give to the university. And promoting that message remains something I'm very passionate about. In my 4 years volunteering with SPN, I've also witnessed your generosity firsthand. An example that sticks out to me is your support for our class gifts, including the 2021 class gift, an endowment to create the Student Access and Equity Fund, which will support individuals who add to the diversity of the student body and who are hit by unexpected financial hardship. Thank you to those of you who have already supported this year's class gift. It means a lot to us as we continue in our fundraising efforts. Much like philanthropy in general, the class gift is one of Penn State's most storied traditions, and it made me proud to see our university's fundraising volunteers show their support for seniors and the legacies left behind from each class, including my own. As a new Penn State graduate, and on behalf of all of the student volunteers in SPN, I want to say thank you for everything that you do for the university. I am proud to have served Penn State as a student volunteer and proud to be following the footsteps of leaders like you as we work to strengthen our university spirit of volunteerism and philanthropy. I'm also excited to be sticking around this summer to work in the Office of Parent Philanthropy through the Division of Development and Alumni Relations Internship Program, and I can't wait to continue creating a culture of philanthropy together. And now I'll turn it over to Natalie.
Thank you, Maddie. So just a few weeks ago, I graduated from the university. And as I speak to you this afternoon, I am reminded of just how inspiring people like you, Penn State's fundraising volunteers, have been in getting me to where I am today. Before enrolling at the university, volunteerism was something that I held very close to my heart. Growing up in Bolivia, I developed a true passion for devoting my time and energy to the causes that were and still are important to me. I loved volunteering at local orphanages and hospitals, where I got to care for children by creating fun activities that brought them smiles to their faces. And as an incoming Penn State student, I brought this devotion to giving back with me. And when I discovered the internship position with the Office of Volunteer Programs in 2019, I knew it was an opportunity I couldn't pass up. And looking back on it now, I realized that making that decision to keep me exploring my passion for volunteerism exposed me to a whole new side of what volunteering looks like and helped me to see the power of generosity. Through my 2 years as part of this team, I've learned how powerful of a role Penn State fundraising volunteers play in making the university great. The strength of the degree programs, the physical spaces that my friends and I use to every day to study or hang out, the shared wisdom and encouragement that empowers us to go after our dreams. All of it is supported through the time, energy, and passion of our fundraising volunteers. Simply put, Penn State fundraising volunteers help to shape our institution's culture, and I'm so grateful for it. To all of the fundraising volunteers in attendance today, and also to those who couldn't join us this afternoon, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for everything that you have done to strengthen the university, encourage Penn Staters to be ambitious, and show the world what can be accomplished when we come together to achieve a common goal, to create a greater Penn State. And as I prepare to entering the workforce with a fresh marketing degree and the memory of 4 unforgettable years, I will always keep the relationships that I have formed with so many of you close to my heart. And I look forward to the day where I can come back to Happy Valley to volunteer myself. Thank you again for everything.
Well, thank you, Natalie and Maddie, for sharing your experiences and for all you've done for the Penn State family. We can't wait to see what it is that you're going to accomplish in your lives. I know it'll have tremendous impact, and we will enjoy watching. Well, I want to begin my remarks by echoing what Rich and Rick said in terms of their appreciation for your attendance this afternoon. This has been the shortest, longest year of our lives, I suspect, and I'm truly grateful for all of you that are here today and that couldn't make it here today. Our volunteers and friends have been with us as we've learned how to continue teaching and doing research and serving our communities in the midst of a global pandemic. We've learned a lot. We've learned a great deal. I'm not sure how much of it will have staying power, how to mute our mics during Zoom calls, which of our colleagues have shared their offices with dogs or cats, what time our neighbors might be using their lawnmowers. I used to say that we're working at home, but the truth of the matter is we're living at work, and these are difficult times. But nothing stops Penn State volunteers from meeting their goals. You've been flexible, creative, relentlessly positive, and incredibly productive during this last year. All of you truly exemplify the very best of what it means to be a Penn Stater. That is finding personal success in your personal lives and careers, and then finding a way to give back to your community through your time and your talent and your resources. I think we all know that Penn State's a special place. Molly and I knew it when we came here in 1986, so I could serve as the first director of the Earth System Science Center. We knew it was a special place for our family who got to grow up on the Penn State campus. And I gained a lot of experience in teaching and research and leadership as I became the dean of the College of Earth and Mineral Sciences. And we felt a special connection when I was invited to return to Penn State in 2014 to serve as the president of the institution we love. Not very many people leave the presidency of their alma mater to take on the presidency of another institution. It says something about how we felt about Penn State. And we came back because we believed it was possible to take Penn State to even greater heights, to make Penn State more accessible and affordable, to work to deliver transformative experiences to our students, and to make sure that we're working on problems that were of global importance. And we envisioned a greater Penn State, and you have helped make it happen. Through your generosity and hard work, you're helping to transform our physical plant, enrich our educational opportunities, improve and inspire what we do in the research realm, support entrepreneurs, and provide countless opportunities for our surrounding students and for our surrounding communities. With your support, Penn State has already achieved a lot. There's so many different issues today swirling around, and seems like so many disagreements, but we've kept our eye on our mission, and together we've achieved a remarkable set of things. A top 1% world ranking. We have 18 research fields, more than any time before. 18 research fields ranked in the top 10. That's more than any other university in this country. We've had 5 years of increases in research expenditures, setting 4 records in a row and exceeding $1 billion in research expenditures for the first time. We have a decade of being ranked in the top 5 of where corporations come to recruit. They value a Penn State education, and they value the work ethic of the individuals that we attract to this great university. Record-breaking applications. We had double-digit growth in the applications that are coming in, and they're still coming in. We have an enviable bond rating, even in the face of a negative watch for higher education, which hopefully tells you how well run this university is. And an all-time record for philanthropy. 3 years in a row, we broke the records. And although we can see the campaign's finish line, we're not done yet. And I have to say that I'm thrilled that I will be taking another lap around the sun with you, all of you, and that next year we will be together to celebrate the success of this historic campaign that endured during the best of times and the worst of times. So I want to thank you personally for being a part of something greater than any of us. This campaign will live on for generations to come because of its impact on programs and students. And so on behalf of Penn Staters past, present, and future, please know how much we appreciate and value you as a part of the Penn State family. We're greater because of you. Again, thank you. Thank you so much. And now I'll turn it back to Rich.
Thank you, Dr. Barron. I think everyone on this Zoom will agree with me that we also owe you a great debt of thanks for your leadership of Penn State during these challenging times. I also want to thank our other speakers, Rick, Maddie, and Natalie. And most of all, I want to thank our volunteers for joining us today. I have to say how nice it was to see so many friendly faces on Zoom, although we're eager to see all of you in person. That's much more rewarding for us. I hope this program demonstrated for each of you just how important your work is. And I hope you're seeing just how deeply our gratitude extends. Most importantly, though, I hope your commitment to Penn State is reinforced by seeing firsthand the impact your work has on our students and faculty and the continued progress of our university toward even greater heights. I've said it already, but I can't say it enough. Your contributions over the past year have kept the university strong. And it's your continued efforts that will keep us on track to exceed our campaign goal by this time next year. We're continually inspired by your vision, your generosity, and your dedication. And we hope that our partnership has given you as much as it's given us. Your connection with the university is a special one, and hopefully your pride in Penn State only continues to grow, knowing that you are helping to shape its future. We look forward to our continued work together over the next year and far beyond. And as Rick and Eric and others have said, we can't wait to welcome you back to our campuses sometime soon. But until then, stay safe, stay healthy. Now, before we go, we've got one final treat for you. To send you off at the end of this Zoom, please stick around to enjoy a special rendition of the Penn State Alma Mater, performed by the Penn State Blue Band and the Singing Lions. Thank you again. Have a great afternoon.